Hello and welcome to Time Troopers Tutorials. Today we're going to be looking at mission 1.3, Sting in the Tail. As always, you should read the mission infill text, which will give you the story as to what's happening. Mission 1.3 is around us defeating the Scorpions before they can jump back with the amulet. So the first thing we'll do is look at this bottom corner here to determine what deck of cards we need and what dice we need. So you can see we need the Aqua dice, so we will take the timeline dice and the Aqua dice, put them into play. It says deck NA, not applicable. So this is a fairly unique mission in as much as there is no local deck. So we will read the mission brief next. Defeat the Scorpions before they steal the amulet and jump away. Success, defeat the Scorpions. Fail, 3 troopers are defeated or time expires and the Scorpions escape. Okay, so before we read the special rules, we're just going to set up as it's set up here. So you can see there's 3 C1 cards, an S2 and an S3. So we will go through our Ancient Egypt deck. And 3 guards. We have 3 guards there from the last mission. S2 and S3. The rest of the deck we'll put back in the box. There is no local deck that we need for this mission. Whilst we're here, we'll grab our trooper deck and we'll just set that to one side. We'll grab our trusty tokens and time dial, and then we can set the box to one side. So in the layout, you will see we have S2 first, then S3. It's always important to put these in the right order for the game. So we will have S2, S3, and then our 3 guards laid out as shown. Okay, now as you can see, there's some tokens on here. We're going to read the special rules next just to see what those tokens are for. So it says start with 2 Scorpions in play, which we've done. Place 3 guards in the local zone. Place 12 counters on them as shown, which we will do in a second. Remove the card on the left after 3 rounds. Remove the second card after the next 3 rounds. Remove the third card after rounds 9 to 12. The final 3 rounds have no card. When the last token is removed, it is added to the combat zone. There is no timeline dice or local deck used. So we're not going to need the timeline dice for this because there's no local deck, so therefore there's no event phase. Okay, so we're going to put the cubes into play. And we will place 3 cubes on each of these guards. Like so. And then an additional 3 at the end. And then we'll set these. So essentially we have 12 rounds to complete our mission. At the end of every round, instead of rolling for the timeline phase, we will remove a token and just place it over here. And when we've played the first 3 rounds and removed 3 tokens, this guard then comes into play. So obviously after 6 rounds, we will remove these 3 tokens and then this guard would come into play. So the mission's going to get harder and harder because after 9 rounds, this guard's going to come into play. And then we only have 3 more rounds to complete our objective before we fail. So we'll just reset that. As you will also see in the setup, it tells us what our starting resources are. So we will draw 6, discard 2, and we will start with 5 time tokens, which is pretty good. So we'll set the dial to 5. We'll shuffle our deck. And we will deal out 6 cards. I think I will keep that one, that one, that one, and let's discard these 2. Okay. So I've gone, in my opinion, I've gone for lots of time tokens for the first round to build up our resources so that I can get as many troopers through as possible. Of course, if you get a good trooper, you can immediately decide to put them into play. So for this first round, I would gain 3 time tokens and I would assign 1 damage to a trooper in play. There are no troopers in play, so I can't do that. So a bit of a gamble, but I've assigned an extra 3 time tokens to take me up to 8. And that would be the end of the first round. So have I wasted a round? Is that a good move? I guess we'll find out. That's the end of the tutorial, and we will just continue play as normal now. I will draw 4 cards, and of course I have some characters now and have some time, so I could put them into play and defeat those pesky scorpions. Good luck!